Alright, a photographer is arranging photographs in a row from left to right. If all 5 photographs will be used, how many different arrangements can the photographer make? Just saying, this is just permutation. It's going to have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Or in your calculator, just do 5 factorial. When you do that in your calculator, you know it's going to be 120. Alright, it says, at Ernie's fruit stand, 3 apples, 3A, and 5 cherries plus 5C is equal to 125. 15 apples and 100 cherries is equal to 925. What does it cost us 6 apples and 35 cherries? Alright, so usually in the SAT they don't make you solve for A and then solve for B. There's always like a little trick, a simple thing. So let's try it. Let's try it first to see if it works this time. So you add both equations. This is 18A plus 150C is equal to 1050. So we see 18 and 6. This goes into this 3 times. 35 times 3 is 150. Oh, sorry, 105. Sorry. It's 105. So 35 times 5 is 105. So this times 3 is this. So divide this by 3. Divide everything by 3. You're going to get 6A plus 35C, which is 1050 divided by 3. Plug that in your calculator, and you get 350. So remember, this doesn't always work, but most of the time it does. So add both equations, and you know there's going to be some sort of relationship between the question they ask you and the question and the information you have. So it's pretty easy. 15 is just a straight up word problem. You have to remember what means what. So it says, according to local bus safety, no transit bus may carry more than 66. So you know everything's going to be less than 66. So cancel out everything that doesn't have that. So that one, that one, and that one. Okay. So it says right now there are 42 people. So it's 42. At next stop, n people get enter the bus. So you know that's just plus n. No one leaves. So 42 stays the same. So you're done. So the answer is A. Or 18. I don't think y'all would be able to do since you didn't know what the shaded region is. It was everything outside the triangle. Alright, so the information given, it says the circle with the sensor A has an area of 21. So all of this is equal to 21. BC is tangent. So you know this means perpendicular, so it's 90 degrees. So it is a right triangle. With center A, point B. If AC is equal to 2B, what is the area of shaded region? So this from your formula sheet I gave you. If this side is twice, if the diagonal is twice the size of one length, it is a 30-60 triangle. So this is 60, this is 30. That's pretty much the only way you can really do this one, is if you remember that formula, the cheat sheet. If the diagonal is twice the length of the small side, then it's a 30-60 triangle. So now to know what is the area of the shaded region. And then right here we have to do a little bit of proportions. So how many degrees does the circle have? 360 has 360 degrees and is equal to 21. And 21 is the area. So now we have just, how many we have left? We have 300 degrees, and it's over, and we're trying to solve for the area. So now you just do ratios. So 360 x is equal to 321 divided by 360 divided by 360. You do all this work in the calculator, and you should get S is equal to 17.5. So the area is equal to 17.5. You grade in 17.5 for grading your decimals. So key thing. Remember, the circle has 360 degrees. Whenever it says the short length, the diagonal is twice the length of the short length. It's a 30-60 triangle. So the whole circle is 360 degrees. The total area for the triangle is 21. 360 over 21. So we will try and solve for this area. So all this area is just 300 degrees, and the area is x because that's the thing we're solving for. You solve for all of it, and you get 17.5. Alright, if the absolute value of x plus 1 is equal to g of x, and g of x equal to x minus 3, what is the value of f of g of 1? So you always have to work yourself. When you see compositing functions, a function inside another function, you got to work yourself starting from the inside and all the way out. So first we have to find g of 1, which means you just plug in 1 for g and for x. So you get 1 minus 3 is equal to negative 2. So now you do f of negative 2, which is equal to absolute value of negative 2 plus 1. So this is absolute value of any negative number is always positive. Plus 1, so it's 3. So the answer is E. Alright, if f of x is equal to the square root of x plus 1 for all values of x greater than 0, and f of x is equal to x squared plus 2 for all values less than 0. So what is the sum of f of negative 3 and f of 8? So for all the positive one, we're going to use this one. So the positive one is f of 8. So we plug in into that one. So square root of 8 plus 1. 8 plus 1 is 9. Square root of that is just 3. So for all values less than 0, which all negative values, which would be negative 3, we use this function. So negative 3 squared plus 2 is 9 plus 2, which is just 11. So where the sum of this one and that one shows us 11 plus 3, which is 14. C. 12. Two lines A and B which never intersect are both tangent to a circle. So it would be helpful you draw, figure out what you're talking about. So they're both tangent and will never touch, so it means they're parallel. So that works. Let's say this is A, this is B. Alright, the smallest distance between any point on A and any point on B. So to find the smallest distance is always just the straight line. So this straight line right here, not so straight, but you get the point, is 4 less than triple that distance. Alright, so that sounds a little bit wordy, a little bit confusing. So, alright, so what is this distance right here? From here to here is the diameter. Right, so this is the diameter. So it says the smallest distance between any point on A and B is 4 less than the triple of that distance. So the diameter is equal to 4 less the triple. The triple means 3D minus 4. So you just solve for 3D. D is equal to 3D minus 4. Take negative 3D minus 3D. Negative 2D is equal to negative 4. So D is equal to 2. Okay. But the question is asking for what is the area of the circle. So if the diameter is 2, right? So the radius is 1. Area of the circle is pi r squared. 1 squared is just 1 times pi is just pi. So the answer is 12. 16. If x is equal to x minus 6 for all even numbers, f of x equal to x plus 3 for all odd numbers, what is the value of f of 5 minus f of 10? So the same thing we did in the last one. So f of 5, which is 5 is an odd, so you use this equation. So 5 plus 3 is equal to 8. So you get 8 minus something. So you plug in 10, which is 10 is even. So you plug into that one. So 10 minus 6 divided by 10 is equal to 4, 10, which is equal to 0.4. So 8 minus 0.4 is equal to 7.6. So 7 and 6 tenths. This is all your numbers are in fractions, so you don't have to put it back in fraction. 6 tenths reduces to 3/5. So the answer is E. Let f of a and b equals to a squared minus b squared. If f of 5 comma d is equal to 9, what is the positive value of d? So this is your a, this is your b. Plug in 5 for a, so you get 25 minus plug in d for b minus d squared is equal to 9. Simple algebra. So you're left with minus 25, negative d squared is equal to negative 16. Cancel both negatives. Take the square root of both sides. So you're left with d is equal to plus or minus 4, but it wants the positive value of d, so it's just positive 4.